Hello everybody, welcome. Today is a continue to the lecturing for you and everybody, especially friend of mine in our partnership on the global. Project financing program is the first of all I already told to the project developer, project advisor, project sponsorship, project manager, project contract manager, and project financing agency, project financing mandator. Today is the number 8 syndicated loan project financing in USA and the consortium loan in England. This is the main key. Syndicated loan. Syndicated loan is syndicating and syndication, syndicator, and syndicate leader, like this. A syndicate loan is one that is provided by the group of lender, and it's structured, arranged, and administrated by the one or several commercial bank or investment bank known as lead arranger. Key is the lead arranger. Lead arranger meaning that is who is the big banker or big the security company, and it's meaning that the big commercial bank or investment bank. Commercial bank is very well, but the investment bank is the JP Morgan, like this big amount, maybe huge mega amount, maybe 500 billion, like this big amount, and maybe 50 billion, like this is the mid-side one. And the syndicated loan market is the dominant way for the large corporation in USA of Europe to receive a loan from the bank. This is the large company and the syndicator. You understand? Syndicator. Other institutional financial capital provider. The financial capital provider is meaning that the maybe is the over there is equity, micromanagement angel equity fund and equity participating fund, like this one. Financial law often regulate the industry. This is a financial law. If you check each country, you can understand completely of the institutional financial capital provider. The USA market originated with a large leverage buyout loan of the mid of 1980s, and the Europe's market blossomed with the launch of the euro in 1999 years. The most basic level arranger serve the investment banking role of raising investor fund of an issuer in need of capital. The issuer pay the arrange fee for this service. You understand? That is you need now to understand this, meaning that if you maybe the financial market of the long-term financial market, capital financial market, stock market, mezzanine market, and the bond market. This fee is increased with the complexity and risk factor of the loan. You understand? Maybe high risk and low risk, medium risk of fee is different one. As a result, maybe you provide of the low risk loan. Okay, in this case, they can levy of the big high rate of the fee and charge. You understand? Because good product, you understand, good syndicate product is the high rate of the fee and charge, like this one. The most profitable loan are those two leverage borrower issuer who credit rating are the speculative grader and who are paying spread premium and margin above the relevant revolver in USA and the UK, Euribor. USA is normally speaking, UK and the USA is they apply for the Libor, and European Union inside is almost now is the apply for the Euribor. Other base rate sufficient to attract the interest of a non-banking term loan investor. The banking term loan investor and the non-banking term loan investor is different one. Investor and the loan is quite different. This threshold move up and down depend on the market condition. In this USA corporate borrower and the private equity sponsor, the sponsor is the project sponsorship, and in here private equity sponsorship. The sponsor is the different one, but they are working is maybe in here the loan market and the construction market, project market. Project market is sponsorship, and also equity market of the private equity market of sponsorship is a different one, but they sponsor is the same as working of the two definition and clarification. Sponsor fairly even-handedly drive debt issuance. Europe, however, has far less corporate activity, and its issuance is dominated by the private equity sponsor, who in turn determine the many of the standard and practice of loan syndicator. That is the complicated. What you said, complicated. But if you maybe quite completely understand of the like this system, it's very easy. Maybe if you understand, you are a specialist for the syndicated loan. You understand? In here they said who in turn determine the many standard. They can sponsor say this standard apply for the syndicated loan, and this standard can apply for standard loan. In this case, identification of definition. Loan market overview and the type of syndicator. Number one is the underwritten deal. Second is the best effort syndication. Three is the club deal. You understand? It is club deal and the best effort syndication, underwritten syndication. You understand? Underwritten deal. The syndication process is a lending term, participant and arranging banker, agent, trustee, sub-participation, participate and sub-participate, almost like this, contract, subcontract, like this one. Two is a conflict between the lender. Maybe lender over there is the syndicate is the lender is not only minimum two party, but in here there is the possibility. You understand? Stochastic of the conflict between the lender, cooperation, coordination, treasure of the common, treasure of the anti-common. Syndicate is the common. You understand? Common several party is the owner of the one side, one leg, one sector, and they can conflict each other. This is the treasury of common. Treasury of the anti-common is the in other words, you understand? Talking minority oppression and prison dilemma. This is the normally speaking. Leverage transaction, loan market participating, credit facility. Credit facility, you know very well, and regulatory compliance reference, not loan market overview. The retail market for the syndicated loan consists of banks and also in the case of the leverage transaction, finance companies and the institutional investor. The financing company and the institutional investor, they are different one. The balance of power among this different investor group in different in USA than in Europe. USA market is the very big market, but the very delicate market. European market is the European sector is not so big, but the history is very long. The USA has a capital market where pricing is linked to the credit quality and the institutional investor appetite. In Europe, although institutional investor has increased their market presence over the past decade, bank remain a key part of market. Consequently, the pricing is not fully driven by the capital market force. In the USA market, is a flex language drive initial pricing level before formal launching a loan to these retail account. Orange will often get market read by the informally polling select investor to gauge their appetite for the credit. After this market leader, the arranger will launching the deal at the spread and the P that it think will clear the market. Once the pricing or initial spread over base rate, usually LIBOR, was set, it was largely fixed, except in the most extreme case, if the loan were undersubscribed, the range could very well be left above their desired hold level. Since the 1998 Russian financial crisis roiled the market. However, Orange have adopted market-flex contractual language, which allowed them to change the pricing of a loan based on investor demand, in some cases within predetermined range, and to shift the amount between various tranches of loan tranche. This is now a standard feature of syndicated loan commitment letter. You understand? As a result of market flex loan, syndicate function as a book building exercise. In bond market parlance, a loan is originally launching to the market at the target of spread, or as was increasingly common by 2008 years, with the range of spread referred to as price talking. Target spread, say LIBOR plus 250 and LIBOR plus 275. Investor then will make a commitment that in many cases are tiered by spread. For example, an account may put in for 25 million at the LIBOR. Orange maybe slice the spread further. Conversely, if it's undersubscribed, even at the LIBOR plus 275, then the range will be forced to raise your spread to bring more money to the table. In Europe banking, in Europe, bankers have historically dominated that market because of the intrinsically regional nature of the arena. Regional banks have traditionally funded local and regional enterprise because they are familiarized with the regional issue and can fund the local currency since the Eurozone was formed 1998. The growth of European leveraged loan market has been fueled by the efficiency provided this single currency, as well as overall growth in merger and acquisition (M&A) activity, particularly leveraged buyout due to private equity activity. Regional barrier and sensitivities toward consolidation across border have fallen. Economics has grown, and the euro has helped to bridge currency gap. As a result, in Europe, more and more leverage buyout have occurred over the past decade, and more significantly, they have grown in size, and as range have been able to raise a bigger pool of capital to support large multi-traditional transaction to fuel this growth market above the range of bank from multi-region now fund this deal along with the European institutional investor and the USA institutional investor, resulting in the creation of a loan market that cross Atlantic. European market has taken advantage many of this lesson from the USA market while they maintain its regional diversity. In Europe, of the regional diversity allow banks to maintain a significant lending influence and force the provider equity dominance in the market. Type of syndication. Syndication not only one type, there is the many type. This is the theoretically speaking is the three type, but they can flexibility controlled by the lead manager is the mandate. Maybe the equity, private equity sponsor. You understand? They can do. Globally, they are three type of the underwriting for the syndicator. Underwritten deal, best effort syndicator, and a club deal. This European range, the syndicated loan market, most exclusive, consists of underwritten deal, whereas the USA market contains mostly the best effort. You understand? European market is the underwritten deal. USA market is the best effort deal, and also another is the club deal, different one. Club deal, they already have they have club. Understand the banking club, maybe investor club, maybe institutional investor club over there, and the club is they are very friendly, They cooperate each other, maybe each trench, that is the maybe the syndicate is very important club deal, and the trench is very make a pool and trench, and already they have a club and trench. You understand? Different. Underwritten deal is one for the which the arranger guarantee the entire commitment. In this case, a big bank and also maybe the underwriting bank. Then syndicate loan. If the arranger cannot fully subscribe the loan, they are not forced to observe a difference, which they may rather try to sell to investor. This is easy, of course, if market condition or the credit fundamental improve. If not, the arranger may be forced to sell at the discount and the potential even take loss on the paper, or the arranger may be just left above the desired holder level of the credit. Arranger underwriter loan, several loan. The first offering underwritten loan can be competitive tool to win mandate. Second, underwritten loan is usually required more lucrative fee because the agent is on the hook if potential lender balk. Of course, with the flex language now, common underwriting a deal does not carry some risk it once did when the pricing was set in stone prior to syndication. Second, the best effort syndication. Number one is underwritten deal. Best effort syndication is one for which the arranger group commitment to underwriter less than or equal to the entire amount of loan, leaving the credit to the big institute of the market. if the loan is underscribed, the credit may not close or may need significant adjustment to its interest rate or credit rating to the cleared market. Traditionally, the best effort syndication word used for the risky borrower or for complex transaction. However, since the late 1990s, the rapid acceptance of marketplace language has made the best effort loan the rule even for the investment grade transaction. This is maybe a little flexibility to do that deal. You said is the made the best effort loan the rule even for the investment grade transaction. Club deal. Club deal is the smaller loan. Smaller loan usually the maybe 5 million to the 100 million. But as high as 150 million, that is the pre-marketed to group of the relationship lender. The range is the generally the first among Q equal, and each lender get full cut and nearly full cut of P. Full cut. The syndicate process. As a syndicated loan is the collection of the bilateral loan between the borrower and several banks. Several banks in here, not only one commercial bank. This bank is in here commercial bank and or investment bank, or another maybe a limited partnership too. The structure of the transaction is the isolate each bank interest whilst maximizing the collective efficiency of monitoring and enforcement of a single lender. The essence is to make loan one similar term to make a bundle of loan into the single agreement. One agreement inside of the many party. Tranche, first tranche, second tranche, third tranche. This team is how much, this team is how much, this team how much of the loan amount, and how to the loan payback term, interest rate, and everything is different one. In this case, they say single contract. This drawn up loan market association document correspondingly 3 key actors operate within syndicate lending: arranger, agent, trustee. These actors utilize 2 core legal concepts to overcome of difficult large cap lender. Understand? Those being agency and truster. A single bank may not on its own be willing or able to advance of the whole amount. The essence of syndication is that 2 or more banks agree to make loan to the borrower, to a borrower. The lender is the several multi-lender, and the one borrower, understand, 2 lender. Uncommon term governed by the single agreement. This is the already told to you. Is a syndicate loan is the multi-loan lender and one borrower. You understand? One borrower, one contractor. This is arranged only, not only the regulator, the relationship between the lender and the borrower, but importantly between the lender. Most loan and the document using LMA is precedent in England. This will not be on lender written standard term of business for the purpose of UCTA 1977. The distinction in the lending agreement and the use of the 3 aforementioned actor is the preliminary to avoid of creation of a partnership, avoid lender from the advertently acting as a guarantor to another, or to prevent the set off. The borrower is sometimes given a yanked bank power to force a transfer of lender interest in the payment as choose in action. If the lender does not consent to waiver or amendment, lenders are traditionally limited in their decision making by overlapping clause required voting and collective decision making. This act as distinctive for the individual lender to act in their own interest over the collective group. It have been suggested that the historical cooperation within the London loan market help produce efficiency insolvency working out through the London approach. What is the meaning London approach? Historically, European banking handled non-investment grade lending and also capital structure that were fairly straightforward. A nickname of the London approach. In the UK, restructuring focuses on avoiding debt write-off rather than provide a distressed company with appropriated sized balance sheet. This approach became impractical in the 1990s with private equity increased demand for highly leveraged capital structure that created the market is high yield and mezzanine debt. That is the different one, senior debt, maybe mezzanine debt, junior debt. The increased volume of the distress of debt drew in high fund, hedge fund and credit derivative deepened the market trend outside of the control both the regulator and the lending commercial bank. Restructuring, corporate restructuring, you understand? Restructuring is the corporate management term for the act of recognizing the legal ownership, operational or other structure of a company for the purpose of making it more profitable. Now is the structure system is a very big system, but is the rules in this case is some layoff, the layoff of the employer, and then is the restructuring of the management system and the production system. You understand? This is a restructuring, or the better organized for its present need. The other reason for the restructuring include a change of ownership or ownership structure, or demerge, or the response to a crisis or major change in business such as bankruptcy, repositioning, or buyout. Restructuring may also be described as corporate restructuring, debt restructuring, and financial restructuring. Executive involved in the restructuring often hire financial deal and advisor to the assistants. Okay, thank you very much. We'll continue to next time is the lending term, syndicator number 1.